Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to the brand new series of Generation Y. We're your hosts. I'm Shabnam Khan and
I'm Adam Nazar.
Inshallah, we're going to bring to you more topics of discussion. This week we're going to be looking at making mistakes and all the different connotations that come with it. Inshallah, the series of Generation Y will bring to you many topics where we can discuss, and we'd like you to join in on the conversations. This is your show, so please feel free to call us in with your comments, suggestions, opinions, whatever you like. Any experiences that you might have had on these things, feel free to share it with us and the rest of the audience. I'll hand it over now to Adam to introduce today's topics.
Right, so Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome. Do you know, I've had this thing about all my life I've grown up, and making a mistake is like the most worst thing ever. Have you ever gone through that? Like you've been told off so badly.
Well, as soon as somebody says the word mistake, I think that itself is something.
Let's talk about mistakes and different types of mistakes. How many different types of mistakes do you know?
What do you mean by different types of mistakes?
Like, you know, what types of mistakes are there? You know, are there, can you trip up, like can you mess someone's...
Big mistakes, small mistakes, that kind of thing?
Yeah, something like that. Tell me, what different types of mistakes? Have I, and I might incriminate myself in public here, have I ever made a mistake in the kitchen at home?
It depends what you mean by mistakes. In terms of making a mess, or, you know, is a mess a mistake? I don't know, you know, it depends on, I will judge that by how much cleaning up there is to do afterwards. So if that's a mistake,
Are you saying
I don't
you're
know.
the only one that cleans up?
Let's not go into that on air.
Okay, right.
Okay, right. So making a mistake, what are the connotations of it?
Right, so mistakes, mistakes can be in any form, yeah. You can do an exam, you can make a mistake in an exam, right?
That's your meaning, getting an incorrect answer is a mistake.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
So those are for set things. You're talking about a very controlled and set environment where you can get a mistake, it's easily spotted, and it's something correctable with a definite answer to it.
Okay. So the other form of mistake is?
An unknown mistake, you don't know you've made it.
So subconsciously, you made a mistake. Is that what it's called, subconscious? What's subconscious?
What's our subconscious?
Subconscious is something that you're not
really aware of, not tuned into.
But it's inside of you. You've just made a mistake. It's just happened naturally. Yeah?
Not that it's natural for
it's not natural.
To make mistakes all the time, but yeah.
Making mistakes subconsciously, yeah? Without you knowing you've made a mistake. So it could be what? Give me an example.
Forgetting to pick someone up from a train station.
Have I ever done that to you?
I'm not saying you have. Okay. I'm just saying, you know, it can easily be a subconscious mistake to have made, in error, to forget. Okay.
So the other thing is, you know, forgetting to put tea in someone's sugar? Sugar in someone's tea.
Sugar in someone's tea. All right. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, you've got things like that. Just subconsciously, because you're in a hurry, you've got other things to do, you make a mistake. Oh my God, I've forgotten. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So where are we going with all of this?
These are small mistakes.
These are small mistakes. Yeah. Well, large mistakes is something, you know, that has a cause, which is the mistake, and then an effect, right? So it could be, I've purposely tripped you up.
But is that a mistake? That's something you've done on purpose.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified that.
Okay, good.
Just for everyone's information there. So, what's a big mistake?
I'm going to go back to the train station. So, you've left someone at the train station.
Is there something you need to say to me?
No, you've left someone at the train station. You know, they were trying to get in touch with you. They couldn't because their battery had died. It was raining like mad. They've had to walk home in the rain, and then they've got severely ill because of it. That's the big mistake.
You sound like someone talking from serious experience.
I don't know, I just like painting a nice picture that you know, maybe we can relate to.
Good. Yeah. You're a good artist. Okay, so another big mistake.
I don't know. Mistake and accident. I'm finding it hard to you know.
Okay, what is a mistake and what is an accident? We're going to come to that later on.
Okay,
way later on. Accidents are accidents and mistakes are mistakes. We can differentiate the both.
Yeah.
Maybe you might want to call in to us and tell me the difference between a mistake or an accident.
Yeah. What is the
I
difference?
personally think they're kind of the same. I don't know. You might want to tell me. I don't know.
But do call in.
Shabnam
and let us
certainly
know.
doesn't know.
I have no idea. Tell me. Tell me what it is.
But yeah, tell me what it is. Give us a call on the number below on your screen. That's going to come up very soon. Tell me the difference between a mistake and accident. There's a reason why I'm talking about mistakes here. So the number's on the screen now. Give us a call, please. I want to hear your opinion on what is a mistake and what is an accident. Are they the same or are they two very different things?
Okay, so tell me, mistakes. What is what's the consequence of making a mistake? You said that there were, there might be. It depends on a cause and effect and all of that.
So the consequences of making a mistake is you could offend someone.
Okay.
Right? You could let someone down, yeah, who might be relying on you. Someone who might have been waiting at the station for a long time and got wet and,
got ill and really, couldn't go to work the next day. And
okay.
I'm just painting a picture, Okay.
So it could be anything. You could offend someone. You could, let someone down. You could mess up someone else's plans, right? You could be working with someone on a project or something, or doing something as part of a team, or even missing a ball in a cricket match. I'm not a cricket fan, right? But the ball's coming towards you, and you're like, that was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that an accident or was that a mistake?
Okay.
Get my drift? So I need to know the difference because I'm a bit confused here. Yeah. And again, I'm going to tell you why this has a method to our madness about talking about this. Yeah, we're not just waffling on and babbling on for no reason. That you could let your team down, right?
You could let your team down. So
you
then,
could have lost
what is
the
it
cup
that you're
because of it?
Wow. Okay. So then you're touching upon an emotion here, and we talked a little bit about emotions last week, and we will definitely touch upon it in the next few weeks as well and how we handle them. So making mistakes can be attributed or associated with a particular emotion, can't it?
So yes, it can. But before we come to that, what I want to ask is a mistake a bad thing? I mean, we've talked about everything negative so far, right?
Yes, we have.
So let's talk about mistakes affecting us as people, right? Would you say that if, for instance, I started a business, yeah?
Okay.
And I made the mistake of accidentally losing my checkbook.
But that's easy because you can just order up another one.
Okay. But
unless you've signed all of them and they're all blank, then that's a big mistake.
Okay. Is that an accident or is that a mistake?
I don't know.
Or did the accident come before the mistake?
I'd call that a mistake. If you sign them all and they're all blank, it's just not very advisable.
Is the mistake a noun and the accident is a verb? We're getting technical here, forget that.
Look,
okay, this is not English class,
no,
it's summer holidays, enjoy yourself. Woo! Okay.
We've got bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, I know, tell me about it.
Okay, hopefully it'll still stay as sunny as it has been.
You definitely won't be in the train station waiting for me. Did I say that loud? Sorry.
Thank you. I'm going to move on very quickly to the next emotion, which is fear.
Fear.
Associated with mistakes.
Okay, so fear of making mistakes.
Does that stop you doing things?
I'd say yes, it does.
Why do you say that?
Because I've come across a few people who have an inherent is something that is just they are inside of them. It's inside of them this fear that they just don't want to make a mistake. They're so scared of doing something that they're going to mess up. So what do? They don't do it at all.
But then is that something that's just always going to hold you back from progressing?
Well, this is what I'm saying, is that because of that fear of not doing something, because you think you're going to mess up, we end up seeing other people do what we had the idea about in the first place. There's that saying I read somewhere on LinkedIn the other day, that 98% of people end up working for the 3% that had no fear in the first place.
That's quite interesting.
98% of people end up working for the same people, for those people, for the 3% that were able to follow through with their dreams.
So you're saying that to be able to be successful, you have to be prepared to make mistakes?
Now, what is success? Yeah, is something we're going to touch on as a subject. Yeah, as a subject in
we
one
will,
of the series.
inshallah.
Because success is something. I'm going to give you a little insight. Success is not a destination that I have come here, I've got my Porsche, I've graduated from college, I've graduated from university.
That could be success for someone. If you've worked hard for something, then that might define your success.
Is that it?
That might not be the be-all and
I'm now
end-all, but
successful.
if that's a tangible result that you can get, then maybe that helps you monitor, if that is your way of monitoring your success or accomplishments. That's another way of looking at it.
So am I correct in saying that it's a journey?
It is a journey.
So that guy who you see driving down the street with a really nice car, yeah, got nice clothes.
A girl can have a nice car too and be driving down the street with it.
But is that success?
It depends how they got it.
Okay, so this is a subject that we're going to discuss in the show, because you can tell it's going to get really deep. We're starting to ask questions here. So coming back to fear, yeah, and looking at people who you see, who have no fear and who have done things in a positive way, not fear of like, you know, I'm going to go up to someone and make trouble for no reason. Yeah, I'm talking about fear as in you want to do something, but you're scared.
But then is that because you're scared of making that mistake yourself? Like, for example, you're doing an art project, it's part of your examination coursework, for example. You've been working really, really hard at it, and you're worried that if you make a small mistake on it, it's going to affect your own grades or your own future even, because it will affect your whole overall mark.
Could be that. It could be that you want to do something you feel so passionately about something, and you might want to do something for your community in a positive manner, yeah, and make your community a better place. Community meaning the area where you live in. It might be you're fed up of, you know, old people being left on their own. You're fed up of, you know, people, young people not being in jobs, yeah, or cats being left on the street, whatever it may be. But there's this thing stopping you.
So you're saying that sounds like, so what you described there, that sounds like a very people-orientated thing. So are you hitting on...
It can be anything. It can be
making mistakes of other people, like in front of other people.
Well, it can be on a personal level. Just see, a mistake and fear of that mistake can literally stop you from achieving so many things. Yeah, so many things.
So is it an obstacle then to do things? Is that what we're saying? Worrying about mistakes becomes an obstacle then for you to move forward?
Well, that's a fight of your inner self, your nafs, as we call it, right? Your nafs is something that we battle with every day, yeah? Every day. Be it saying Salaamu Alaikum to the guy who's walking past you, or someone who's walking past you. I mean, I was walking past someone the other day, and all I got here was this. He walked with his head down, looked up at me with his eyes on, and I walked off. What on earth is that? I said, what? I understood what you're saying. I said, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Like you do, right?
Like you do.
Then the other guy,
So another guy. Was there a fear?
I don't know what it was.
Was he worried about making a mistake?
I think it's this thing of, what if that person doesn't say wa alaikum salam? It's not something that appears in your head. It's something that's just there.
Is that like an inner thing that just portrays itself?
Look, we grow up, right? As children, you know, I think we should all become children. And I say this very loosely, and I don't mean to offend any parents. Now, I'm a parent, we're both parents ourselves, but I think we should grow up to become children. You know why I say this is because children do not have boundaries. Boundaries in the sense that we should know what's right and wrong, yeah? But they don't know what the meaning of no is, in the sense that when they want to do something or find something out, they go out and they'll do explore. It. The part of having a parent, aside from the respect and the honor and everything else, is that they're there to guide you. They're there to put you on that right path for the advice, yeah? And they will steer you in the right direction. You may have another mentor, I call it, yeah? This is a word that we're going to talk about a lot, mentor. Someone who helps you on your way, makes you believe in yourself and pushes you towards a goal that you want to achieve, right? So that mentor will guide you, and you know, you might want to do something and say, I want to do that, I'm going to get it done. And you'll just go full ahead and do it. See,
it's interesting that you mentioned mentors, because mentors are great things, and for anyone who doesn't know what a mentor is, it's someone who you can just bounce ideas off, someone you can get advice from. Not necessarily like a role model, not that you want to be like that person, but somebody that you can trust and that you can feel safe with. And I guess making mistakes, knowing that you've got somebody to help you through all of your journeys or your experiences or any of your endeavors, it just makes it less daunting. And you're going to be less fearful of making those mistakes.
Do you know what? Mentors come in many shapes. We're siding from the topic here, but we'll come back to it. Mentors come in many shapes and forms, right? They come in the shape of many people. You might take something from someone, take what's good and leave what's bad. Right? That's the saying. So, you don't have to follow everything someone does. You might like, I don't know, name me a footballer, I don't know who. I don't know. Name me someone famous.
I've gone blank.
Okay, right. So you might take someone famous, for instance, and
Ronaldo.
Okay, footballer called Ronaldo. You might take him, really great footballer, brilliant on the pitch, right? You might think, you know what, I'd love to, during a football match, I'd love to play like him, yeah?
Yeah.
But he might drink alcohol, for instance, yeah?
Yeah.
And alcohol, we don't drink alcohol as Muslims, right?
Okay. Right.
So you might take what's good, leave the bad.
Right, okay, I'm with you.
So the same thing applies.
We're talking about role models here,
role models, so yeah, mentoring comes in different forms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
All right, okay.
You might look at someone and you might look at the way they go on the pitch, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're following that, yeah? You're thinking, wow, and you watch them every time they play a match.
So that's like your role model.
That's one form.
Mentoring you.
Role model is someone you look up to, yeah?
And
who will guide you and do whatever. Okay, exactly.
Mentor's a bit more personal.
But mentoring can come in the form of a book as well, yeah? Yeah. You might read a book, for instance, on the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, yeah? And something might inspire you about his life, right? You might read a book on a politician, a current politician, and something in there might inspire you, thinking, you know what, I'd love to do it that way. That's another form of mentoring, yeah? Unbeknown to them, but they've written that for a reason. It's to inspire other people. Many footballers on the pitch who have the right mindset do what they do because they want to inspire other people. Yeah? And so many people have been inspired by Ronaldo in Brazil anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the form of mentoring, is subconscious mentoring basically. Yeah, so coming back to this about mistake and fear, yeah? So I'm going to say something. If you want to get something done in life, yeah, and you want to do something, be it what it is, have an advisory council, I call it, around you, your parents, an uncle, a friend, whoever it is. Seek advice of people, yeah, and go out and do it. You know why? Be it an exam, study for an exam, be it whatever it is. Go out and do it. You know why? Because if you don't, someone else will. Someone else will pass that exam. Someone else will start that business. Someone else will, you know, whatever it is, yeah? You will be part of that 98% that didn't do something because they were scared. They were fearful of a mistake, yeah? All you need to do is to keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on what you're doing all the time, because there's only one person to blame, and that's you. No one else. But what we do is we learn from the mistakes and we move forward. That's it. We need to learn from them.
That reminds me of the story of Adam alayhi salam, when he was asked to leave Jannah because of the mistake he made. But you know, he did something where Allah reassured him afterwards. Do you know what that was?
A dua, right?
He made a dua. He made a dua, and it's in the Quran. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين, which means, oh our Lord, we have wronged ourselves, and if you don't forgive us and have mercy on us, surely we'll be among the losers. Okay.
So look at that, yeah.
And Allah answered his dua, and although he gave them their punishment as such and said, you know, okay, this is earth now, you've got to live there, but I will send to you and your people messages and reminders throughout, which is why it brought me back to mentors. Deep,
interesting, very interesting. You know what I want to hear about? Have you made a mistake in life? You know, email us on the email that's going to come on the screen. Tweet us on the Twitter feed that's going to come on the screen, or phone us. Phone in. I want to hear your voice, because I just need to understand what you've been going. Yeah, the email's on the screen now. But do email us, or do Twitter feed us, or do give us a call. The numbers will come up on screen. But I just want to hear your thoughts, because I need to engage what your understanding is and what you're going through.
And it's important to remember also that as we talk about mistakes, like Adam mentioned earlier, it being a negative thing, it doesn't have to. The word mistake itself carries all of these connotations that is something bad and something terrible. But if you turn it upside down and look at it in a positive light, a mistake is an experience that you've had. And if you take that experience and just focus on learning from it, taking from it, what is it that went wrong that you know you're going to do better next time or not do at all, that will help you be where you want to be in a better place.
Do you know they say mistake is another word for experience?
They say that.
I don't know who they are.
I must have picked it up somewhere too
then.
But
they say that mistake is another word for experience. Mistakes are good, but you know what? We got to learn from them. We wouldn't be who we are now if we didn't make small little mistakes on the way. People are there to guide us. And when they say things to you like, no, you know, why are you doing that for? I wouldn't advise to do that. Because I don't like the word no. I want an explanation. But mistakes are a good word. You know, it's a good thing because you learn. But don't let the same mistake happen twice. We're going to come back after the break.
We'll come back after the break, and following on from mistakes, we're going to be discussing along those lines of having that fear. How do you change that into being confident in yourself, and what does it mean to be confident? And inshallah, we want to hear your views, so do give us a call. What have you been confident in, or what's boosted your confidence? We're going to go for a short break now, inshallah, but stay tuned and we'll be able to discuss all of those issues.
Yes, so do come back. I want to hear you. Give us a call, write in, email if you want to stay anonymous, or Twitter feed us, because I really want to hear what you have to say about mistakes. I'm Adam Nazar.
And I'm Shabnam Khan.
And we will see you soon, inshallah, after the break.
Stay tuned in to Generation Y.
Take care.